Brooklyn. I'm with the Red Pill. Red, we gonna I want to ask you a question, a couple of questions real quick. I know you're on your way to the African Festival.
Yes.
I know you deal with the hip hop culture a lot. So, what do you think about? It seems like they trying to push Iggy. What's her name? Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
It seems like they try to make her the new queen of hip hop, right?
It's impossible.
And well, they did. It seems like they did it with Eminem. But Eminem was nice though, I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
Eminem was nice.
Yeah.
Is it the same comparison with Iggy and Eminem, or is this a totally different scenario?
Well, we live in a period right now where the gates are breached. You know what I mean? Hip hop as a culture has been compromised. You know, it's already been washed up and watered down. It's like Game of Thrones where they invade the motherfucking castle and the kingdom already. So anything that takes place cannot be far-fetched. We're in a deteriorative, you know, a deterioration mode of hip hop. Niggas is wearing dresses now. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Young Thug. Thugalicious ass niggas and all of that. But she's like a manufactured pop star. Remember, she came in, she's like on her third resurrection. She came in trying to get on through A$AP Rocky. He was beating that, she got the tattoo of him and all of that.
Right.
That didn't work. He kicked her to the side. T.I. tried to bring her in and then brought her, tried to pop her off via Atlanta through New York. Now, one thing I can say about the A, one of our last strongholds, irregardless of all of the crazy shit that goes on in Atlanta, it's still a black city. They're still thinking very pro-black in terms of they're not really trying to let too much shit come in because they still have a sense of pride and culture and whatnot. So that shit wasn't flying. They wasn't letting her pop. So they turned her over. She got ass shots. You know what I'm saying? The industry got hold of her. The bitch is Australian. That in a sense should be a no-go. She should never ever even be allowed in the studio due to what the motherfucking Australians had done to the Aboriginals, and she hasn't mentioned even one word about it. But we live in an era of Macklemore. We live in an era of, you know, we just live in an era where this shit has been merged into pop. The niggas sold it out. You understand what I'm saying? This is what Dame Dash is fighting against with the culture vultures, going up against Lyar and Tom Moskovitz and all of these people who basically ate off of the culture. Now they have killed the culture and they let anybody in order to dilute the culture and just plunge it further into obscurity. You know that the culture doesn't work because Cyrock is not a multi-million dollar selling rap artist. Now Ruby Selah is not multi-million dollars on the independent side. You know what I'm saying? Stardy MC, they're not even mentioned. She only got an honorable mention and got on MTV the other day because of my brother, because of both of their grinds, Soul Messiah and Cyrock. Shout out to both of them. She did a video with David Banner and whatnot. So she's finally now in a view of millions of people. I'm talking about Cyrock. So because Nicki Minaj brought in the game with this plastic shit, you understand? With this Barbie shit. She got the sisters now totally moving towards this Barbie idealism of everything is plastic. So what the fuck else will come after that? But a motherfucking true like Barbie. And then she got the nerve to go on BT and act all pro-black because her award is threatened and whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? We just dealing with art, a culture that's compromised. Your wealth as a people is your culture. Okay? Look at what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my culture. I didn't sit around and have to think of nothing. This is our iconography. And it's wealthy. The European has figured this out. That's why you go into the stores, they selling that. Nike, they're selling, they never sold no fucking Celtic Nikes. They never sold you no European Nikes. Everything that's dealing with Nikes or stuff like that, they gotta have motifs of yours, iconography of yours, color patterns of yours, design. If you're not into fashion and stuff like that, you don't even know about the colorways. You don't understand where these patterns come from. They're getting it from India, Asia,
like the
Major,
Kevin
Asia
Durant's
Minor.
and the Kobe Bryant sneakers, all them weird patterns and stuff.
Yeah, but then they selling the names that you just said. So they're selling they're selling us. They call us Black Diamonds. They're selling they're selling us part of the hip hop culture, and then they mix it in and they merge it in with all of our other aspects of the culture, all of the shit that we like. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, why the fuck are we using them? Why do we need them? Why are you going to the labels? Why do you have to have Nikes? LeBron could have came out with any type of sneakers, and he could have, because he's LeBron, he could have went into the fashion schools and grabbed all of the sneaker designers out, started his own line of sneakers, and then they would have really been the King James. Michael Jordan ain't even a billionaire, my niggas. That's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? It's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? So your culture has been raped for you. If you a young man, young woman, and you part of the hip hop culture, and you don't got no fucking money, or you don't have a way to get money, then you notice something is wrong. Your culture is where the wealth is at. And you got people running your culture, they hijacked it. They're billionaires though. They're multi-billionaires off the culture. So you forfeited your culture. Now niggas is like, yeah, we gave up hip hop and we gonna start something new. Get the fuck out of here. You didn't even, hip hop is 40 years old. You didn't even give birth to the right kind of children off of that yet. So how could you let it go? How could you justify let it go? You can't let hip hop go. You are hip hop. It's not the fucking songs, it's the people. Niggas that was born in New York in the 70s and all of this other stuff, Bambaataa came and told you the 5 principles, one of them was culture. You are hip hop. It's not a song, it's not a record label, it's not a fucking album, it's not a dance, it's you.
Yo, Red.
So anywhere, hold on, I'm in the country, so anywhere we go in the world, who are they emulating?
Us.
Emulating us. They're not just emulating us, they're not wearing afros and they're not running around saying, you know, we're from the 70s. No, they're emulating your culture, but they're emulating you at the same time, but you are your culture because you created that. You dig what I'm saying? Other people have adopted your culture, but you get no licensing fees for that. There was no trade-off. What the fuck did the Japanese trade us for giving them our culture? Did we get a fucking video game in our name? Do we get anything in our name? Could we get an animation, a magna what do you call that, magma comic? You dig what I'm saying? Everybody takes your culture, you get nothing in return. We in Harlem, the Africans from the continent, they hip hop and they thumb they nose up at you. The Hispanic, no offense, our brothers and sisters in Washington Heights and Dykeman and all of that, and other places, they adopted our culture and then they thumb their nose in your face like fuck niggas. You know what I'm saying? So there's no, you get no respect. Because you're only approaching it from a customer. You're not even a producer at this point. So what do you expect when you were just a debtor? When you just when Jay-Z said you only a customer in the presence of hustlers. So who the fuck's supposed to respect that at the end of the day? Who's supposed to give that any kind of respect? They're just looking at you like you the trick. I got something to sell you. When you run the culture, you supposed to be selling the world your culture. That's what Kings County is. We selling the world the culture. We monetize and commercialize the culture, the motifs, the iconography that is us. I get on the train, these motherfuckers is uncomfortable because they see that I have embraced my culture, and I'm damn sure they know that no culture vultures is eating off of me. You dig what I'm saying? They know I got a grip on my culture and I'm proud of who I am. I'm not trying to look like no fucking European. So, you know, Iggy Azalea, she's not the only one. It's gonna be a whole bunch of them coming after her. You know what I mean? But as a community now, we are industry inside a conscious community. We have to take credit for what it is that we've created. This is an industry. This is an industry, family. This is your own stuff. Hidden Colors is an industry. Brother Polite and his books is an industry. Zaynetta and House of Consciousness, that is an industry. That's called media. Multi-billion dollars. Literature, multi-billion dollars. So what Cy Rocket and God Hop Movement is doing, when she drops her album in July, she has to sell 100,000 units. Men line, women line, numbers don't. You can't even sit at the table if your numbers don't match up. You have nothing to say if they see that your community is not behind you. You vote with your numbers and your dollars. So if she don't sell, that means you niggas is still karate keyboarding, running around buying, downloading, illegally downloading, pump faking, sitting around waiting to see what people on the front line is gonna do when everything falls into the community or the network's hands. You're responsible at the end of the day. The people in front of the cameras, they're not the only ones responsible. We gotta work as a network, as a unit. Real talk. Because the people that you talk down on, they doing it. White man doing it. The Asian is doing it. The Indian, the Korean, they're all doing it. They're all working in tandem as networks and becoming more powerful. While we sitting around wondering what the fuck just happened. Niggas is laid out like Craig, wondering what happened. Or Debo, you got knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get up, come together, different organizations. There's too many numbers for us to be suffering the way that we are as a culture. Real talk.
Coming from one entrepreneur to the next, you know, this thing, you know, there's a term called a 9 to 5. You know, I'm sure you know, being an entrepreneur, there's no 9 to 5, it's a 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, 3 in the morning, you up doing something. 6 in the morning, you wake up, you may have, it's non-stop. A lot of people, from talking to a lot of people, I feel as though they gave up. You know, we had a lot of businesses in Harlem. But it's a lot of work to maintain that business, and I feel as though a lot of brothers and sisters traded that in, you know, that working from 9 in the morning to 10 at night.
Bring my bag in, man.
For a 9 to 5 that, you know, it's a little more stress-free.
Yes.
So how can we get the people to realize that it's more beneficial to have your own opposed to working a 9 to 5? Because when you talk to brothers and sisters, you know, the whole thing with a 9 to 5, brother, is people want security.
Yes, they do.
They want to retire. They want to have a pension. You know, if sometimes you're not guaranteed a paycheck every week, Red Pill.
No, I'm not.
The only thing that guarantees that is your level of consciousness and your level of belief in yourself. But people are comfortable with security. So why would somebody trade in that security for something that may fail in a year or two? You know, you dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. All day, and I love that question. I actually want to, because not a lot of people are asking those questions. I'm gonna just be real with you. Can I get personal?
Please, please,
something.
please.
My daughter was born in September. I have a 6-year-old. I got
Amir, right there. Right.
Wisdom Bella.
Right.
We had her. She was born in Texas. I agreed with her mother that when I came back to New York, because the sisters want some security.
Definitely,
right?
hands down.
She sees what I do, but she sees my struggle as well. She knows that it's not easy because the support, like I was saying earlier, that I should be getting, I'm not getting. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I could tell her all day, Kings County, you know, one of the pioneers of, you know, real streetwear consciousness. Not the only pioneer, one of the pioneers. Facts. Can I do a fact check?
Right, check.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I could say that all day, but if she don't see people treating it as such, then she's like, so what? You know what I mean? You saying all of that, but you supposed to be in the millions right now if the people was really there for you. So if our people don't see the success of the brands that already exist out here, they are very reluctant to actually say, I'm going to give up my security, my 9 to 5, my JOB, my plantation to go fuck with the streets. Do you know what it took for me to put my pride in my back pocket and stand on the streets of New York City in 2005 with some fucking t-shirts? You understand what I'm saying? Selling comedic designs. We're not talking about an era where everybody that was of our age bracket was on some consciousness. That wasn't the case. We were talking about, this was elders. Elders was embracing the information. The young dudes were still on, they were still asleep. So I was getting looked at crazy by people that actually quote unquote looked up to me because I was in the industry and we was wearing polo and all of this other stuff. They thought I was smoking. They thought I was on drugs or something. Real talk. I heard the rumors. This was the hood. You know what I mean? But when you a trailblazer, when you a pioneer, you're always gonna face some sort of backlash. When you living in the future, you always have to prepare yourself to put your pride in your back pocket because people will never understand what it is that you're doing when you're doing it because they're gonna play catch up. Now the same people that was clowning me is coming around crowning me. You dig what I'm saying? They wanna come and work for the kids. But that's how this thing works. So I came back to New York. I tried my best to apply the formula that I agreed that I was going to apply, which was fill out some applications, go into these stores, sit down, smile, be kind to people, and appreciate, you know what I mean? You know, and wait for them to hire me. You understand? That never happened. You dig what I'm saying? I had one European tell me that I was acting like there was something wrong with him. Like, he was saying that my disposition towards him made him feel uneasy. You understand? And like I said, wherever I go, I still gotta be who I am. So I didn't go in there all, you know, speaking dorked out and everything. I was just myself. They didn't want that. They wasn't pleased with that. They wanted me to compromise who I was to be in their system and whatnot. So I had to let them know. I had to let my peoples know. I had to let my loved ones know. I'm gonna hire myself. Okay? This shit is not gonna work for me. Obviously, my days in that life is over. Once I gave it up, I can't go back. It's the same thing with certain things in the streets. I gave that up. So if I do go back, I'm compromising myself. And if anything happens to me as a result of me doing that, then I have nobody to blame but myself. You dig what I'm saying? So I had to thug it out. I had to put this shit on my shoulders. It was a very harsh winter, but mama, I made it. You dig what I'm saying? So now, I'm very creative now. I got people that came on board to help out. My customers who are supporting me, I appreciate them, and things are looking up now. You feel what I'm saying? But it is definitely a roller coaster ride because I fund everything that I do. Know the Ledge Radio, Know the Ledge TV, Kings County Clothing, Seventh Heaven, My Power Pieces. Everything comes funded from my pockets because we have not, as a community, adopted the structure of patronage. We have not adopted the structure of, what do they call that? Venture capitalism. We have not adopted the structure of communal economics, where if I got 5,000 people following me on Facebook, my quote-unquote friends, or we got 500 people showing up for lectures and whatnot, we need to have people give it up. If I got 1,000 people showing up for my radio show, you know, leave a tip after you finish eating. Simple shit. Just leave a tip. You sitting and getting this food and knowledge, give me $1, $5. Let it go towards the machine because I'm building in real time. I'm not talking about it, I'm actually doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, you see me for years. Like we're out here to do commerce, but we're not doing commerce to take nobody's money. It's fair exchange, no robbery. This shit priceless. But at the end of the day, all I'm doing is putting out iconography, our imagery on clothing and other things. I'm disseminating information, we're making music, we're doing everything that we can to affect this matrix, to wake our people up by any means necessary, because I'm part of the culture and that's my culture. Niggas wear clothes, I'm gonna make clothes. They like hip hop, I'm gonna make hip hop. They wanna watch movies, we gonna make movies. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my mission. That's what I decided to do. It is not an easy one. Hopefully we pave the path so when others come behind us, it won't be that hard. But yeah, I carry the cross. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around many other brothers that carried the cross that went through it. I got brothers in jail right now because they carried the cross and got crucified. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Brothers with families and whatnot. You know, because the support that they need is not here. So for brothers and sisters that are trying to get into the job industry, I would say do this. Support your brothers that are independent right now. Let us build more structure. Let us get this thing, because at the end of the day, what's stopping me from going public with Kings County and selling you some shares? You become a shareholder. This is what Garvey did. You dig what I'm saying? What's stopping me from creating an underwear company? Because we all wear underwears or toilet paper. And I start selling shares in a company and we go public and whatnot. And a million of us own shares. And every time we got to take a shit, we buy some toilet paper from Know the Ledge. And it arrives in your house the same way that you buying all of this other stuff that is online. You buying your food online. You buying your toiletries online. Everything is online. So we embrace that market. You know what I mean? We got an app coming out in a few weeks and whatnot. So I would say don't just jump out there like that. It's not sweet out there like that right now. And there's no guarantee that you're gonna get supported. Just keeping it 1,000. You know what I mean? Balance that out. I would never tell anybody to let their family starve for the sake of being conscious. Hell to the fucking no. You know what I mean? Because I seen families break up. I went through some shit. You understand what I'm saying? I seen the ugly side of it. So you need that $50. If I got 50 people on my team, I get a stipend of $6,000 a month. I didn't knock on no doors and sell nobody nothing. This is all about a commitment and trust where they say we're gonna be down with your organization, and now we all are eating at the table. I'm feeding babies, I'm comfortable, I sleep good at night doing that. You know what I'm saying? And let's not even get into technology, something that we really need to embrace at the end of the day as a community and collective, but that's a little bit further down the line, and we're gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So when we get ourselves structured, because like I said, this is all industries, but where's the blogs at? Why is it only a few online conscious stations on YouTube? Where's our public relations, our PR department at? When I put something out, why is blogs not getting notified? Why is Rock and the Guy Hop movement not on all of the hip hop blogs? So obviously there's work to be done, and you can't put it on the shoulders of the people that's on the front lines. Like I said, this is not a spectator sport. This shit is not NBA and NFL where you just betting on people. You got niggas rookie cards and all of that. No, this is all hands on. This is everybody. This is a collective. This is a collective movement. The youth have inherent. This is ours now. I don't know if you got the memo, but the elders handed it to us. So we got work to do. So we got to build up the industries, strengthen the industries. Every single state that I've been to, you got hundreds of conscious people. None of us should be broke at the end of the day. None of us. When we do lectures, if we don't walk out of there, when 500 people come into the building, if we don't put $500 to the side to start one business that day, then we played our fucking selves. We the ones we the ones that dropped the ball. And another thing, when we go to these lectures and all of these brothers and sisters are showing up, why is nobody asking the people in the audience, what is your skills and what the hell do you do? What is your skill set? We let all of these people come into the building that are talented, that could add on and help, and we letting them walk out with their little fucking, you happy with $20 or $10 and you want to just sell them stuff. You know what I'm saying? That has to change. That's how we're gonna get this thing moving in a quicker fashion, because everything, all of our answers that we need are inside of our community. Let's rope this shit off, draw the line in the sand, and work on us and get everybody out of our business, strengthen ourselves. Ra Omar should be a multi-million-dollar business. Veronic Corporation should be a multi-million-dollar business. Kings County should be a multi-million-dollar business. Sinetta TV, House of Consciousness, both of the brands, multi-billion-dollar businesses. New Covenant, multi-million. Know the Ledge, multi-million. Ocean 14, Seamoss, the Seven Heaven Seamoss. A.A. Rashid, everything that he does. You understand what I'm saying? So when we establish that, I guarantee you, we will now be able to affect what is called a brain drain. We will be able now to have a career day in Harlem, a career day in Brooklyn, where we tell our brothers and sisters, well, come on down. Know the Ledge got some positions for you. New Covenant got some positions for you. The Zulu Nation, whatever, the Hebrew Israelites, all of these groups and organizations who are part of a family, they should be able to have different positions and different opportunities for the consortium so we can prosper. There goes your problem solved. And you could do that overnight. You understand what I'm saying? Who's stopping us, or what's stopping us? That's the next question that you should ask. And I hope people are honest with your answers, because if you're in New York, or if you're part of the community, you know what the fuck is stopping us. And that's it.
I just had two concluding questions. They're real quick, they're not long questions.
All right.
So in conclusion, brother, do you believe in yourself wholeheartedly, brother?
Do I believe in myself?
Yes, wholeheartedly, brother.
Does a fish drink water?
Okay.
Does a bird fly, my nigga? Like, of course I believe in myself. What I had to apply to believe in myself, and I speak about this, is love, self-love. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was filled with self-hate at one point in life. Because when I came into consciousness, when I came into the information, it caused me to embrace the frequency and the energy of hate, I began to hate everything. I hate that, hate this, hate this, hate that, hate that. I got sick. You understand what I'm saying? It compromised my health, and I began to do things that I wasn't proud of. So when you do that, when you fall into a and that was the result of me being in the nigga world prior to that, dealing with all forms of hate and programming and things of that. But as I deprogram myself with this information, as I embrace my culture, as I embrace my elders, those around me, as I begin to release blame and victimhood, as I began to look at Europeans as only customers, and to me they just customers with me. They can spend money with me all day, but at the end of the day I understand their plight, I understand what they're going through, and all that I'm saying is I understand what they would do to stay in power. It's up to me at this point to love my people, love myself, love my culture enough to get myself in power. It's a motherfucking competition. We on a chessboard. Ain't no hate. It's love.
Straight love.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm highly confident in myself. When I look back at all of the things that I've accomplished in this short amount of time in my life, when I look at my story, it's one of triumphant. And that's without ego, family. Real talk. I'm just very confident in what it is that I do. My brother is multi-talented. He's able to shine his light. My other brother, A. Rashid, I used to go on the visiting floor when he was doing his 10 years and sit down and draw up ideas and concepts about what we was going to do in the future, and we're doing it. You feel what I'm saying? And then when I go to these lectures and I'm surrounded by all of these teachers, you know what I'm saying, the power that these brothers have, the potential that they're displaying, I gotta love myself. I gotta have so much confidence in what it is that we do and who it is that we are as a collective. So it's not just me. I belong to a network. So I don't exclude myself from that network. Every time I do a show, when I get off of the show, I feel stronger and more confident in both myself, my ancestors, the future, and the babies. So yeah, hell fucking yeah.